Hello. Uh, this time is without a Git file because there is no reason to put anything. Mostly I will working on assets like terrain assets. What we see now is mapeditor in work, so it is 10 times speed, and I'm building some things that later on will be filled with gravity fields, which are now work differently, not by colliders. They continuous and they have much faster detection. They be visible as purple arrows, and on the current stage, I'm using them as fields, not as separate objects. So at the end of the video, I will show the first attempt on creating water, and then fully scaled preview of the water that is working correctly from top. Now I'm working from the water from beyond, so we can see everything correctly and it's part working. From beneath, from top, it's faking the water good enough, just to not overwhelm the GPU by this process. I can use 4 layers of effects, mostly fields, but also other effects like fire or something. And they are sorted in a shader by GPU, so those 4 layers can be stacked. So we can see a flame before us and then the water, and it will correctly adapt the colors. So now we are going to gameplay. There is a turning on the hero, same way as in every other video. And we are now about to abuse this gravity field. So it will work continuously. There is no chaotic time needed in this. It is only when we are leaving the field. The arrows pointing out how big the field is, and it is fully scalable. Let's say so, from 100 to 1000 by 50 units, so let's say 50 pixels. And from one arrow to the second, we can say this is 100 pixels. Now we see the camera view from our hero. So we see the top of the trees, and we are walking upside down to the normal gravity. And this time it's working flawlessly. So those G-field with colliders are hidden for now in mapeditor. They don't exist any longer in the game, but I didn't delay the resources for this. So if anybody want to use it, probably they gonna work, but they killed. It was their first approach, and it was not the best one. Okay, now we see this first attempt to make water. It was a prototype. So there were no layering or something like that. It was just plainly added, uh, and I wasn't considering this result as good enough, but going somewhere we want to get. And yeah, some distortion, but all of this is just simplification and fakes. But it's already in layering process, just with one layer, just to see how it's gonna work and how it's gonna be heavy on CPU and so on. We are in a virtual machine, so the FPS drop is significant. It is not a compiled game. We are working on interpretation, and as we see, there is no water from beyond. Currently, I already have it as a prototype, but it is not seen in this video, maybe in the next one. And yeah, I'm showing how it works from different angles, crashing camera in the terrain. So yeah, water is water, yeah, but nice to have one. And as we see near the shores, the water is different. It's automatically. And now we see the end version of the water I currently have. like we see, it is clean and it is pass through shader and so on. So it is drawn on top uh, of the terrain. Where it is not covering the terrain, obviously it's showing something wrong. But yeah, when we see a terrain, there is a distortion, and depending on depth and distance from the surface, there is a different translucency and so on. So, like a lot of stuff, it is not exactly water by physics, but like light effect of waters, but something that resemble it. So we can say in a cartoon game, yeah, consider it a water, yeah, like from the shader point of view. As you see, there is some distortions and things moving under the water and so on. It is very simplified, but good enough to give for the game description. Yeah, here is the water. So because we detecting fields, the same way we can detect that character is in water as it feels the gravity fields, and it can change the behavior. But I'm not working on it now. I just need to fix the mapeditor and drawing pipeline, and then I'm gonna build tools for animating the characters. So that's most what we have here.